So if you're looking to start up an LLC in the state of Maine, then this video is for you. We'll be going through everything that you need to know about setting up a Maine LLC, as well as how you can set one up in under 10 minutes. So on the left is an overview of the 5 main steps when it comes to forming an LLC in Maine, and we'll be going through each of these in detail so that you know exactly what to do. Maine is actually a great state to form your LLC in for a few key reasons. First, Maine has relatively low filing fees compared to many of the other states, which means less startup costs for your business. Second, Maine offers excellent privacy protections for business owners with minimal public discourse requirements. And third, Maine has a straightforward annual reporting process, making ongoing compliance much simpler than in many other states. So step 1 is to name your LLC. There are some rules when it comes to naming your LLC in the state of Maine. You must have limited liability company, LLC, LC, or some other designation like that at the end of the name. Whatever name you choose also cannot cause any confusion with a government agency, which makes a lot of sense. And, the name must also be distinctive and original. If you want to do a free name search, then you can use the link down below and you'll be able to see whether or not that name is available. And if you want this whole process to actually go a lot easier and make it more simple, then I would just recommend using something like Northwest Registered Agent. This is an online platform that basically helps you set up your LLC for you at a very reasonable cost. I've used them personally to set up multiple business entities, and they've been nothing but amazing for me. So yeah, the link is going to be down below, and if you actually want to skip forward to the parts of this video where I take you step by step through their platform, then that timestamp is going to be available right down there. So step number 2 is to find a registered agent. A registered agent is a person or a business that is going to help you receive and send significant legal documents to and from the government on your behalf. So in case you get sued or the state needs to contact you, they're going to contact you through your registered agent. So who can be a registered agent? Well, they must be an individual living in Maine, or they must be an entity who's allowed to conduct business in Maine. They must also have a physical address in the state, and they must be on site and available to accept documents during regular business hours. If you do end up using Northwest Registered Agent, they'll actually provide this service to you as part of their package, which is, definitely an added bonus. So step number 3 is to file your LLC certificate of formation, which is also called the Articles of Organization in other states. This is going to include the LLC's name, the registered agent's name and address, and purpose of LLC formation, date of filing the articles, management structure, so who are the actual managers of the company, and also a bunch of other really important information. Now, when it comes to the process of doing this, there are a couple of forms that you will need to know and to fill out. In Maine, you'll need to file the Certificate of Formation form. The filing fee for this form is $175 at the time of this video, and that fee is mandatory. Most of you watching this video are probably going to be filing this form, but if you do have a foreign LLC and you pretty much just want to do business inside of Maine, then that is going to be a different form. That's going to be the Application for Authority, and that fee is also $175. Now, to actually file an LLC certificate of formation in Maine, there are a few different ways that you can do this. The first is you file online through the Maine Secretary of State's website. So if you want to learn more, the link is going to be right down there in the description, and you can also file it by mail. So you can find a copy of the form and more info on how you can fill it out at that same website. Step 4 is to get an LLC EIN. This is also known as your Federal Tax Identification Number. Think of it as a social security number for your business. This is going to allow the IRS to identify and keep track of your business's tax status. You will need this number to open up a business bank account, file and manage your federal and state taxes, as well as hire employees. This is very easy. You'll simply fill out a form online, and we will link to that down below as well. Step 5 is to create an LLC operating agreement. This is not required in Maine, but it's still a good idea to have one. If you have multiple owners for your LLC, this is going to help you structure the financial relationships of each owner, and it's really going to tell everybody what to expect from the company. It's also going to include information about ownership, members' rights and responsibilities, joining and leaving rules, as well as rules for dissolution. And then after you form your LLC, there are a few things that you will need to know, and we will cover those really quickly right now. The first is that you definitely want to keep your business and personal assets separate. If you don't do this, then you're going to pierce the corporate veil. And when that happens, if people actually sue your company, then they can come after your actual personal assets. So to remedy this, you'll definitely want to get a business checking account, get a business credit card, and also hire an accountant. You may also need to get a business insurance, but I'm not going to cover that too much in this video as it's really going to depend on your business type. But just keep that in mind. You'll also probably want a business website, so be prepared to work on this, or you can hire somebody to make this for you. But we'll leave some resources down below if you do want to actually build your website yourself. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to do any of this yourself, then I highly recommend using a service like Northwest Registered Agent, right? They're going to make it super easy and save you a ton of hassle. In fact, let me walk you through it. It really only just takes 3 to 5 minutes to do it. So click the exclusive discount link for the Northwest below. Then on the website, click on the button to get started. You'll be asked what type of business you're starting and in what state. So we're going to select LLC in Maine. Next, you're going to be asked to name your company, the purpose of your business, and the business address. All you need to do now is type in the members of the LLC, give your contact information, and select if there are any additional things that you would like Northwest to take care of, like getting your EIN or setting up a trademark. Once you've done all that, then all you need to do is submit your payment and you are done. Northwest will take care of everything else for you. It saves so much time, so much hassle, and it really only takes 3 to 5 minutes to fill everything in, which is exactly why I highly recommend it to everybody that I know, because it makes starting your LLC so much easier. Again, that exclusive discount link for Northwest Registered Agent is going to be below. Just click it and you can get started in just a couple minutes. Anyway, that's basically how you set up an LLC in the state of Maine, and all the resources that we mentioned in this video are also going to be down below in the description. And yeah, I really hope this video was helpful. If you got some value out of it, then just make sure to share it with a friend, and also like and subscribe for more content just like this. This whole channel is dedicated to giving you free guides, free tutorials, all aimed at helping you start your business from scratch. Anyway, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the next video.